Guys, how's it going?
How are you?
Good.
Any problem getting celebrities on board when you rang?
No, I mean it's Paul Bourne's gym is kind of like the hub in town where we all kind of train and hang out, and he kind of puts the pressure on everybody to get involved, which is great. And this year's been. Last year we had quite a few people on board. This year's even better. Obviously we've brought in Shoga and Catherine Thomas as well, and Sheila Shoga. They couldn't make it today, but they're all on board as well.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, so there's quite a few of us. I mean, it's the first kind of charitable event that so many familiar faced people have kind of joined together to do, which is great. When we get closer to the actual event, we're going to do a photograph in our tri-suits and everything else. Barry McCall has very kindly, donated his services to put that shoot together. We did it last year; it was very effective. This year we've got an awful lot more faces in it, so it's going to be a really, really good kind of shot. But we're not doing that until everybody is nearly at their fitness level for doing it, so that they, we don't have any kind of unwanted lumps in our tri-suits.
Sheila's had a very tough year with her cancer diagnosis. Are you really proud of her that she's signing up for this?
Absolutely. I mean, she's an amazing woman. She's taking it on face on. She's fought it. She's in the gym every day. She's training hard. She's fit. And fair play to her, absolutely, 100%. And we're all behind each other, so we'll be there to support. Who's doing what in the relays? What's Sheila Shoga doing?
Sheila's doing the run, Grani's doing the cycle on that team, and Siobhan's doing the swim. Catherine Thomas is doing a bike, Keith Barry's doing a bike, Brian Kent is doing a run, Matt Cooper's doing a cycle, Matt Cooper's wife's doing a run leg.
Running one leg?
She's running one leg. Stand-up comic. Excuse me. He doesn't go boom in a joke, he goes who else we got? Rosanna's doing a run. She does a very fast run as well, even though
we all read about her fast run.
She does I've been out with her and she runs like 10k in 45 minutes. There's nothing to lie there. She do a very good run, So that's be it, I mean, we might have we have an Olympic team as well. We'll have 3 Olympians going to be doing a run, cycle and swim. For IAA, so I'd say the winners will be coming out of the
Yeah, so the training is tough. The swimming is the hard part for me. I couldn't swim, so I got swimming lessons last year, and then I went straight into doing the Skerries triathlon, and I didn't know what a triathlon was really. I knew it was a swim, cycle and run, but I didn't know distances. So we're in the water actually in Skerries. It's a force 4 gale, 4 foot wakes in the water. It's freezing cold, and I've had 6 swimming lessons, but I'm doing 2. It's 1.5k swim, so I was on the second loop. But I wear glasses. I'm supposed to wear them all the time. I don't. I'm used to not wearing them. But driving and watching TV and shit like that, I wear glasses.
Okay.
So you have to swim out to this kind of boy in the water, go across to another boy, and then back in. So I swam out, looked up for the boy. I looked up and I got about 400 metres past the boy the wrong direction. So I put an extra half kilometre onto my swim. That didn't help. And then I'm watching everybody getting onto their bikes, and we had to do another lap. And I said to Paul, how come they're on their bikes already, And he said, they're only doing the sprint triathlon. I said, what are we doing? He says, we're doing an Olympic. I says, what's the difference? He says, that's only half the size of what we're doing. My first trial, I said, well, why didn't you sign me up to do that one? To kind of, break me in gently. So we went straight for an Olympic, and then we did Howth, where they dropped us off at Ireland's Eye, and we had to swim back to Howth, and then cycle up Howth Head 4 times, which is 40k, and then run out to Balscadden and back, which is another 10k. So we done all that as training for the Ironman last year. So by the time we got to September, we were ready to go.
Yeah.
I'm about 3 months behind my training this year, so I'm up against it.
Are you confident of getting in peak condition for?
I'm a lot more confident after today because I've no choice. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, but we're going spinning this afternoon, so we'll do about 100k today, hopefully. Well, 90k anyway.
I mean, Keith Barry was saying that he found beer was the hard thing for him, trying to cut that out of his diet. What is
Beer?
It for you?
Yeah, well, alcohol in general is no good, and it's not about what it does to you. It's the next day, you see, and the Irish tend to drink a lot, so. The weekend is the big training days. You tick over during the week, you go into the gym, you might do a 10k run, you might do a 30, 40k cycle. But when it gets to the weekend, you're doing the big runs, the 15k, the 20k runs, you're doing the big cycles, the 60k, 80k cycles. You're doing the swim in Port Marnock, probably 2k. And if you've had a drink on a Friday night or Saturday night, you don't get up on a Saturday morning or Sunday morning to do the big, so you're missing out the big training session. And they're the ones that will stand to you when you're doing the actual event itself. I had to drive down to Mullingar after the event to meet Niall Horan to try and get him on board to do another event next year. I think we're actually the coming up later in the year, I'm going to do an event with Niall Horan. So he was only in Mullingar for the night, and he's flying off again this morning. So I had to get down to Mullingar from the charity event, meet Niall, put that deal to bed, get back to the charity event, do the speeches last night, and then I didn't get into 2 this morning, and then obviously I was up early this morning doing something else. So the charity has me run ragged at the moment, to be honest, you know.
What's Niall doing for you exactly?
I can't tell you yet, but all will be revealed.
And was it good to meet him because he is where you were back in your boy band days?
Yeah, it was good to me. He was very excited about everything, and as he should be, you know. I think it was easier for us because there was 5 of us from Northside Dublin, so we could all relate to whatever reaction we got from the general public, whether it was positive or negative, and you did get both, you know. Like at that stage 20 years ago, being in a boy band in Dublin wasn't cool, you know what I mean? So we got an awful lot of verbal abuse off a lot of people walking down the street and stuff, which had its own kind of effect on us for a period of time, you know. Creates an insecurity within you when you walk down public places. He's the only guy from Ireland out of the band that's broken the States. I mean, it's the first pop group to break the States since the Spice Girls. It's a huge success story. So, I mean, he's 4.5 million followers on Twitter. You know, that's more population of Ireland. Yeah, so I mean, his career's gone from strength to strength, but he hasn't got the comfort of coming home with 4 other guys. Yeah. They're all gone to Manchester or Birmingham, wherever they're from. He's come back to Ireland on his own, and then down to Mullingar. It's quite bizarre for him. So.
Did you give him any advice when you were chatting?
Not really, because an 18-year-old that's about to live the dream or is living the dream doesn't want an advice off an old man like me. You know, let's be honest. When we're 18 or 19, we all believe we know it all already. You know, it's only when you're probably 35 you realise, God, I didn't know anything at all. You know, so no, I've made that mistake before. We're trying to give advice to people and they're up and they just kind of think you're lecturing them. So I just tell him to enjoy himself and try his best to keep his head together, you know.
Are you worried that One Direction might very soon be bigger than Boyzone?
Ah, they are already. There's no doubt about that, man. You know, the whole population. Well, we got 4.5–5 million people living here. He's got that amount of followers on Twitter. Do you know what I mean? He's huge. They're a huge success. Breaking the States is you know, something that we never did, and that makes all the difference. You know, that you know, that's. Breaking the rest of the world is pocket money. Breaking the States is the real deal, and they've managed to do that now. Well, Simon Cowell is a very powerful man, you know, so he can open all the doors for them. So